Seiger.
Welcome, John.
Good evening. Thank you, Mayor, fellow council members. I've lived in Fountain Valley for 27 years. I have an issue with the 405 express lanes, and I think everybody in this room should have an issue with it, and everybody in Orange County and most of LA County. The flyover bridge from the 405 to the 55, from the 405 to the 605, was paid with our tax dollars. We can no longer use those roads. I'm looking for some type of guidance from you.
As mentioned, this is an unscheduled matter. We're not legally allowed
I
to
understand
respond
that.
to you.
I
But
understand
I will talk to you afterwards,
Okay.
so we'll have somebody do
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Next speaker is Lyle Shepley.
Welcome, Lyle. Good to see you.
Here's just some photos if you can share with me. Mr. Mayor, City Council, it's nice to see all of you again. This matter relates to Harper Park, but it's a different subject than you've seen my face before. A lot of kids in the neighborhood and some kids from Fountain Valley have decided to use their e-bikes to create a track. And these are all Class 1, Class 2, Class 3. Most of the kids are underage. They're probably 8 to 12, 14 years old. And, they're over there pretty much every day. Today I hear was pretty quiet, but they're certainly over there, creating some havoc. You can't use the park if they're riding them because they're crossing the access point. They use shovels over there to build holes and ramps. And you can't walk over there without dodging them if they're in play there. You got a lot of neighbors that are upset. The police have been out there. And the officer yesterday told me she's been out there a number of times. Yesterday, I spoke to Parks and Recreation. They had confirmed to me that these e-bikes are not allowed in the park and not allowed on the turf. So later that day, I was walking the dog over there, and it was a couple of boys, and I said, boys, you really can't ride these things. These two boys did not cause the damage because they had little thin wheels on theirs. And their mom was there, and I had a nice conversation with her, and she was fine. Well, about 15 minutes later, her husband shows up and decides he wants a confrontation. So I called the police and had them intervene and shared with them. And, of course, as she's talking to the kids about they can't be here, 3 or 4 more show up. So she goes and talks to them. She tells them they can't have their bikes there. When she's done, I said, they're just going to come back. As soon as you turn the corner, they're going to go back. And lo and behold, 5 minutes later, they're back doing it again. So my concern with this is, I don't want to be the guy yelling at these kids to get off my lawn. I mean, that's not me. But they're going to tear up this park. Some kid's going to crack his head on this. They're going to hit a 2-year-old trying to get to the swings or somebody walking a dog. And ultimately, we're going to have some kind of an altercation between a parent, a kid, or another parent. So I know the police are trying to do their job over there, but, I grew up in a small town called Fullerton. And there's no way on earth that I would have gone home in a police car with my bike in the trunk, and I'd never seen that bike again. My parents had taken it away. So we've got to do something with these kids. These bikes aren't legal. The parents are pushing back. So I don't know what the police can do, but talking with them is not going to do it. They need to impound the bike or cite a parent or something, call the parents and have them come pick up these kids, or it's not going to stop. And I've shared some pictures with you. It's only going to get worse. Every time they turn on the water at night, it turns it into mud. The next day they come back and it makes it even harder. So I don't know if it's going on in any other parks. I'm sure this is not where you wanted to spend your day, but I should be able to walk to the park, take my grandson there on the swings without having to dodge e-bikes. So thanks for your time. It's good to see all of you again. Thanks again.
Thank you, Lyle.
Carlos Rubio.
Welcome, Carlos.
Good evening, Mayor Grandis, Vice Mayor Bui, Maggie. My name is Carlos Rubio. I am the president of the Teamsters Union, Local 911. We represent 10,000 members all throughout Southern California. And I'm here today because I want to do a formal introduction, not necessarily just write you a letter or send you an email, but a couple months ago, we became the exclusive representatives for labor relations for the Professional and Technical Bargaining Unit, the General Employees Bargaining Unit, and the Municipal Employees Bargaining Unit. And I would like for them to stand. Actually, many of them are here today. These are the men and women that actually take care of business, as well as other city workers, to maintain and improve the quality of life for the residents and people that visit, play, and, just are part of your general population here in Fountain Valley. You all can sit down. Okay. And, the reason I'm here is mainly to express the type of work that we do in the Teamsters Union, specifically Local 911. And like I said, we are currently engaged in negotiations with the city administration, and they've been pretty professional, very welcoming. And so what we do, we don't have your traditional us versus you pounding on the table. What we do in today's world, from a Teamster perspective, is that we build a coalition of partnerships. And so we work with the business community, we work with community organizations, we work with staff to ensure that we continue to provide a quality of life service. And that's the main reason why I'm here. I want to develop a relationship with all of you. I want to make sure that we're accessible. I want to make sure that, I follow the chain of command. But most importantly, I love this community. When I was a kid, in fact, I spent a lot of time at Miles Square Park. I grew up in Santa Ana, and your basketball courts were a place that kept me off the streets. I always had, as an adult, a New Year's resolution to walk around the park, but that only lasted a few weeks usually. But I'm grateful to have this opportunity to come back to this community and serve as a professional and try to improve things as somebody that really, really cares about this neighborhood. And so I just wanted to introduce myself. I wanted to thank you for the opportunity, and I look forward to working with all of you. Thank you very much. Good night.
All right. Thank you, Carlos.
I have no further requests.